Is the audio okay? What's up, everybody? Welcome to the service, y'all. Chipco's already here. That's good. Verbal Spaghetti Gaming. We will address those issues. Come on in, everyone. Powerful service today. Powerful service for the community. It's been a while. It's been like a month. So let's give everyone a minute to get in here. And yeah, let me know if you can hear me okay. A lot of changes going on here in the community. A lot of changes in the world. And we're going to talk about all of that shortly. But first, get in here. Come on in. Get comfy. We're going deep today. It's going to be heavy politics. Holy war is upon us. Well, not really upon us, but in the Middle East. But we're paying for it. So, you know, we're involved. We're in there. Middle East, Ukraine, we're paying for it in Canada. We're going to talk about all that. Holy war. In Kali Yuga, so it's fitting. It is Kali Yuga. The time of highest suffering. So that's why it's important you get in here and raise your vibration. And yeah, let me know if you can hear me okay. Chipco, hello, hearing you loud and clear. And the squeaky chair. Ah, yes, this chair is squeaky. Just in Consciousness, Gwen is here. Anne Marie, hello. Hello. Powerful service today. Yeah, I just got back from a couple of trips. Christmas is coming soon. I might review a Christmas movie today. Definitely want to start reviewing Christmas movies. CEB Applejack is here. I'm here, Baba G. Yes, very good, very good, very good, very good, very good. Come on in, everyone. Welcome to the service. Can you guys see me okay? Hold on. I forgot my hat. Oh, man. What a day. What a day. First time coming in a month. And you guys probably don't know this, but I've quit drinking and I've quit smoking weed. So that's exciting. But full disclosure, I did start having these vapes. I did start doing a vape. But it's a good trade-off. It's almost like you got to quit one thing with another thing. It's almost like I was telling people, actually, I remember I went to some Alcoholics Anonymous meetings and they quit drinking, but then they're all eating cake all the time, all the time. Just, you get to the meeting, it's like most of them will just have cake or cookies there because, you know, and I think it's, you know, you gotta be honest with yourself. It's like, am I going to quit? So yeah, this vape, someone gave it to me and I was like, no, I don't do that. Don't give that to me. And they're like, please, Baba, please. Like there is an Indian guy who my cousin got him his immigration. So he treats my cousin like it's his teacher. He's like, sir, please, you take something. Please, you take it. He gave this and I'm like, I'm not going to use it. I don't know why I'm taking it. It's fantastic. I saw a great video of Tucker Carlson talking about nicotine and how it's good. It's good because like, with the weed, it's almost like 30% of weed. So it's a lower dosage, it's chill, it's not, you know, I'm not scattered or anything, I'm not like foggy after. And then the alcohol quitting has been fantastic. So that's good. But lots to talk about. Got a cowboy hat. Now, I got cowboy shoes too. Look at these. Aren't these the most beautiful shoes you've ever seen? It really is like a mullet. It's business in the front. If you just look at this part, that's business. I can go to a business meeting with that. I can go to a business meeting with this bad boy right here, right? But just watch this. Bam, party in the back. That's a party, dude. This is like a peacock. People see this, and I think it's because I'm brown. If I do the cowboy hat and the shoes, people are, and it's only white people. They look at me like, yes, you respect our culture. This one loves the white culture. Thank you. They have that kind of attitude. I don't know if you guys have noticed that. Can you guys hear me okay? You guys can hear me okay, right? Aren't they so pretty though? And you'd think that they'd just be some loosey-goosey boots, but they're down here tight. You got to buy them tight here, tight in the back. They come with the lift. God is great. Because in these days, you know, we all need it. The boys need it. If you're under 6 feet, get it. Get it, man. Stand up tall, for sure, but why not get the boost? I can't believe Ron DeSantis isn't wearing these. Because I heard Ron DeSantis is doing like boosts in his shoes, but it's like, just get the cowboy boots, and that's, you know, the boost is built in. Beautiful. I love the whole culture. I went to Lamels in Alberta. So first I was in Texas, then I went to Alberta in Canada, Calgary, and I went to Lamels, and I couldn't believe like the inspirational, like the sales reps were so inspirational. The first girl was like 17 or something. She was like 17 years old. And I'm looking at shoes and I'm like, does it make sense? I don't know. The design seems a little loud. I don't know if I'm going to the club tonight. I'm going because I went to their dance club, the Cowboy Country Dance Club. And I've said it on the show, and it says in the intro, we all should be dancing. But in this life itself is a dance. So line dancing is a spiritual activity, I would say. And this club was incredible. It was called Ranchman's. My sister found it. It was just amazing. It was the kind of club where you could just go up to anyone. I didn't realize this while I was there, but after I left, I realized that like this is the kind of club where you can walk up to anyone and say, "Excuse me, would you like to dance?" And they'll say 90% of the time, they'll be like, "Oh yeah." Like it was that kind of club. They had a place where the dance floor goes down. There's like a dance floor area, and then there's like 2 other dance floors. It's too hype. Everyone's dancing. Everyone's dancing in pairs. And then if a line dancing song comes on, everyone's on the floor. And everyone knows the moves. It was amazing. And I realized after I left that it was the kind of place that you can just go up to anyone and be like, "Excuse me, ma'am, would you like to dance?" And it's above board, not like these Toronto clubs. I told you guys, man, Toronto, last time I tried to go into a club in Toronto, the guy goes, I was in line. It was called Pizza, Wine, Beer. I'm in line. I get to the front, like 4 people in line. I get to the front. I'm like, "Hey, man, just meeting some friends inside." I'm like walking in. He goes, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa. Got to keep the ratio, bro. Can't, you going to get a bottle? You got some girls in there. We got to keep the ratio. Sorry, brother. I'm so sorry." That's what he said in Canada. Texas, Alberta, Texas, they had banger clubs. And they had a dude in front of every club being like, "Hey, man, what are you doing? Get in here, bro. This guy's sick. Yo, get in here. Let's do it. Yo, we're full of girls in here, dude. Get in the club. What are you doing? Just walk around here? Get in, man. What are you doing?" Like, they're inviting you in. Toronto, no invite. In fact, they're telling you, "No, you can't. Sorry, we can't let you in." The culture is broken. The culture is broken. And there was a mechanical bull. Anne-Marie, great question. Excellent question today in the congregation. There was a mechanical bull, and there was some, sloppy-ass drunk girls riding it and falling off in seconds. And, maybe I saw someone's nipple, and that's fine too. And there was no shame and there was no judgment. It was incredible. Texas was incredible. And then, like I said, I went to Ranchman's in Alberta. Everyone line dancing, no cover. The guy scanned every single one of our IDs. I thought that was a little weird. Took a picture of every single one of us. Kind of weird. Like the guy going in, the security. But incredible club. Everyone dancing, everyone line dancing. And they had classes. So if you don't know how to line dance, you go 7:30, you did the line dance class, then ready for the party. We're looking for clubs in Toronto. If there's a line dancing club in Toronto and if they have the class, I'm going to the class. And I'll tell you guys all about it in another episode, hopefully. But I was in Lamels in Alberta, the store owner. So first I'm talking to the girl. I'm like, "Hey, I'm going to Ranchman's tonight. Do you think this hat makes sense with these boots?" And the girl goes, "If you believe in it, then it's the right thing." I swear to God, the first girl, she's 17 years old. She goes, "If you believe in it, it's the right thing for you." She didn't have an accent at all, but that's how it felt. I felt like I was in an episode of... She said something so wise. It was an episode, it was like Yellowstone. That was the first girl. She's 17 years old. She goes, "If you believe in it, then it's the right thing. It don't matter what they say." That's what she was saying. She wasn't pushing it on me. She wasn't being a pushy sales rep, but she was just honesty from her heart. It just came out. Then the second woman, this was crazy. The second woman, I was like, "Hey, like, does it make sense? Like, I know I got to get the buckle now because I have the shoes, I have the hat. The buckle seemed like a bit much because they're this big, shiny, whatever." I'm like, the buckle seems like a bit much. Do I need to get that for the look? And she goes, I swear to God, she goes, a cowboy does what a cowboy does. You put on what's right for you, and that's a cowboy. That's it. Cowboy doesn't answer to nobody. I swear to God, this is the sales rep. You'd think she'd be saying, like, get the buckle. That increases the sales. She goes, no. She goes, cowboy does what a cowboy does. If it feels right in your heart, then you wear it. Cowboy don't answer to nobody. What an inspiration. What an inspiration. That was incredible. But it's very nice to be back. Let's talk to the community real quick. I got it all set up for y'all. I got it all set up. Look at that. It's all set up. And look at our beautiful ashram, our beautiful congregation is here. Justin Consciousness Gwyn with that ranch CEB Applejack. What's up? Anne-Marie says, was there a mechanical bull? Like I said, great, fantastic question, Anne-Marie. That's good karmas you're doing there in the comment section. Yes, there was mechanical bulls everywhere. And this is the best part of Ranchman's. They had a mechanical bull. Beside the mechanical bull, they had two hair cutters. They had and the guy's shouting them out. He's like, hey, great dance. Like the guy, there's a live band. After every song, he's like, great dance. You guys are doing great. Hey, if anyone needs to get a haircut, we got two barbers from, and there was like and he shouted out the barbershop. He's like, we got two barbershops right there beside the mechanical bull. Go on, check it out. And the mechanical bull, don't forget tonight, it's $5. Anyone can go get it. Get on that mechanical bull, y'all. Let's do another song. And I just love the culture. I just love the culture. And it is weird because sometimes I see people and they see me with a cowboy hat. It's 50-50. It's turning some people off. Some people are like, what are you doing? You're wearing that? Like some people do that. You're going to wear that? And they're scared. They're worried. They're shrinking in this life. They're not being bold. They're not saying in their hearts, a cowboy does what a cowboy does. They're not saying that. They're saying, you going to wear that? Okay. But then other times, I remember like 2-3 years ago, I came back from Panama. I swear to God, I went out. And this is after I watched Curb Your Enthusiasm. I remember there's an episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm where Jeff, he starts wearing a cowboy hat, immediately starts cheating on his wife. Instantly. Like he's out at a place, he's out at some business meeting, and the woman there, he's like, talks to Larry David for a minute, whatever, and then he's walking out, and the woman's like, hey, can I help you with something? And then in the next scene, he's banging her. He's cheating on his wife. And that's not good to cheat on your wife, but it's true, man. Like, as much as some people are like, you gonna wear that? Does that really fit with that? Some people do that. Then some other people, they look at you with the hat and they go, wow. Bold. Powerful. Chipco is here. Justin Consciousness is here. Thanks for coming, everyone. I do appreciate you joining our community. Good style is never ubiquitous. Looking good, Babaji. Thanks, baby. Love you. If you love the culture, watch Riff Tracks, Action Jack with Billy Ray Cyrus. They riff on his songs. Oh, wow. Okay. You know what? I'm going to have to copy and paste that. Riff Tracks with Billy Ray Cyrus. Let's take a look at it right now. You know what? Since you guys are doing such good karmas, Riff Tracks, Action Jack. Is it Radical Jack or Action Jack? I love this, dude. Honestly, Billy Ray Cyrus is like very cool dude. Let's watch this real quick. It's all set up, people. I got it all set up, ready to go, ready to rip. Look at that. Oh, no, wrong. Okay, wrong map. That's a map of all the U.S. military bases. We don't need that right now. There it is. Okay, let's take a look at this.
Walk away, please. Roland, stop it! Shut up,
Kate! You're always harping on me when I'm trying to murder someone in front of a huge crowd of people.
I kissed him. It was so cute. Oh my God, you were so frustrated. Why are you not listening to me?
So which one of them is Radical Jack?
Just thought I'd stop by and make sure.
Yeah, dude. Like a Walker Texas Ranger. He's like a Walker, Texas Ranger. He's a rock and roll, bad boy, James Dean, rock and roll.
What, causing y'all too much trouble?
Any advice about pain not hurting?
After you.
Hi, guys, this is an airport in or around Rutland, Vermont. My God, Pink Boy himself might have trod these grounds.
Well, you always paid a fair price. I thank you for that.
That Dick Bin Laden waited until we had a Groupon, then bought like 20 bazookas.
Rock and roll, rock and
What
roll.
kind of light through that there window breaks? It is the East, and holy crap, she's naked.
Yeah, I'd like to make an appointment to see Miley.
Bravely testing the very limits of achiness.
I gotta roll. What am I doing?
breakiness.
That looks great. Thank you so much, Ann. I appreciate that. That's very nice. Thanks for coming, everyone. Let's get into the politics, shall we? Lots going on in the world. Let's get into it. First, I gotta play this clip. This one. Applejack's gonna love this. A lot of you who are like me and you believe in, and you're anti-warists, pro-peace, pro-love. Those of you who believe in our scale of righteousness. Where is it? Where'd it go? Oh, no, there it is. Those of you who understand our scale of righteousness. By the way, this is patent pending. Only on this podcast has someone created this scale. This is the scale of righteousness. And it is in line with the teachings of love in all religions. It's in line. It's a perfect guidepost of who is righteous and who is not. And right now we're going to judge, well, let's not say judge, but we're going to make an observation on the righteousness of a Justin Trudeau and his actions regarding the Ukraine war. We're going to get right into this rip right here. Let's see it. This is so annoying. I can't believe he said this. Let's get into it. Shall we? First clip of the day. Let's rip and dip, people. Let's go.
Canada has been one of those countries that has been the most steadfast with Ukraine. In my many conversations with Ursula about the sanctions we've brought in together, the military support, the financial support that we've had over the years, every step of the way, I've stood up and said, Canada will be there with everything it takes for as long as it takes to support Ukraine. And I've actually boasted to her and to others that it's not a political debate in Canada.
It's a political debate. We've been on the side of peace from day one on this channel. And by the way, I already don't like, the worst part is coming. Don't worry, it gets way worse than this. But I already don't like this attitude of like everyone in Canada supports Ukraine. First of all, supporting Ukraine doesn't mean giving them money to go to war with Russia. That's not the same thing. Those can be two different things. This assumption, and then the idea that every single Canadian, because what he's saying is every single Canadian supports just giving money, endless money to Ukraine to fight Russia. We've been saying on this channel from day one, we are for peace. We don't think it's going to work. And if you truly support the people of Ukraine, you would say, hey, sorry, but you got to negotiate it because it's not going to happen. And just like, every other flavor of the week, just like a fashion trend, just like Will Smith slapping Chris Rock, it's Ukraine here today, gone tomorrow. They don't care. But this is him trying to cover his ass. Watch the rest of this.
All parties in Canada stand with Ukraine. So it is particularly troubling to see, even though we are seeing a rise of right-wing rhetoric in the United States with MAGA conservatives across Europe, in certain corners of right-wing politicians and parties starting to pull their support for Ukraine, starting to parrot Russian disinformation and
Can we just cool it with the gaslighting? You know how many I know Canadians who have said this to me. What are you with Putin? What are you, a Putin supporter? I don't want to say I told you so, but we did. Go back and look at the channel. We told you so. We've been telling you from day one. It's not a good idea. You're not going to win this. This is a bunch of military contractors trying to get rich. The country's destroyed. Flavor of the year, 2 years, it's a good run. But as soon as Israel comes in, where are they? No money.
Misinformation and propaganda, that suddenly the Conservative Party of Canada would choose to not stand with Ukraine in something that they need, that the Ukraine is asked for, and to use the frankly absurd excuse that it's because Ukraine will be bringing in a price on pollution in the coming years.
That's pretty absurd excuse, actually. I don't think. You know, sometimes these conservatives, they'll reach for anything, and then they're going to go for pollution. But who said that? Did anyone? No conservative said it's creating pollution. Who said that? I want to see. Give me the. Come on, man.
Obviously, that's an excuse. But
That nobody made. That you're just making up.
it's not the real story. The real story is the rise of a right-wing American MAGA-influenced thinking
Okay.
that has made Canadian conservatives.
How about we admit that we made a mistake? Let's do that. Why don't we admit that we made a mistake? You jumped on a trend. You jumped on the bandwagon. You couldn't stand up to the Americans the way Chrétien did, and maybe Trudeau Sr. did. I don't even know if he did. But Chrétien kept us out of the Iraq War. Great move. Still put us in the Afghanistan war. Stupid. Waste of time.
Who used to be among the strongest defenders of Ukraine, I'll admit it, turn their backs on something Ukraine needs in its hour of need. That is the danger.
This is the danger right here. Whoever put this clip together. The country's destroyed. How does this... Oh my God.
Of the rise of the right-wing influence that is feeling its impact in Canada. That's what not just Ukrainian Canadians, but all Canadians should be concerned about when the Conservative Party of Canada and Pierre Poilievre turn their backs on history, turn their backs on our friends and allies, turns their backs on the international rules-based order and our support for the UN Charter and territorial integrity. It is of real concern and should be of concern to all of us because we're seeing that spiking up all around the world.
We voted against Justin Trudeau forcing a carbon tax into that pre-existing agreement. Conservatives understand how devastating the carbon tax has been for Canadians.
I love how these in Canada, though, we're so progressive that you either got to have a guy in a turban in the background or you got the lesbian, the culturally ambiguous lesbian in the background. You got to do it. It's Canadian politics. You got to do it. He was, you know, he's like, hey, is Parminder here? Okay, no, just send in Louise. You got to do it. You got to have it in the background. And you know what? That's progressive. Because if they were really conservative, they'd be like, they'd have a white guy there. But that's progressive enough, okay? That's as progressive as the Liberals are. So that's a point for Poilievre.
It's caused 2 million people to go to a food bank every single month. 7 million Canadians not eating enough to stay healthy. Mm-hmm. We never had these problems before Justin Trudeau and his costly carbon tax. Now he wants to quadruple the tax. And just to show you how pathologically obsessed Trudeau is with his tax, he did something that has never been done in the history of trade agreements, which is to put a carbon tax in one. The people of Ukraine are now he expects them to rebuild from a war with a devastating and crippling tax on their energy. The Ukrainian farmers, he expects them to pay a carbon tax while they're trying to feed their hungry people.
Yeah, so even, see, this is such bullshit. It's like Trudeau's saying that these guys are backing up because of environmental implications. No, you can see the absurdity. It's so ridiculous.
This is cruel, and frankly, it is disgusting.
Yeah. Let's go to the comments. What does the community have to say about this? I mean, look, we can just pull up the righteousness scale here, right here. This is gaslighting on Trudeau's side. This is gaslighting, and that is a low vibration. I mean, you should probably just put it here under, I mean, it does belong in darkness and ignorance. What is a gaslight other than keeping you in the dark? not showing you the full picture. You know, lying, making up a story. Let's see what the community has to say about this. I know Applejack's going to go crazy. CB Applejack, the Far North Boys. Ayo, what's up, baby? How you doing? How you doing? What is this? Marty Moose. Nice name. I like that. Oh, is Marty Moose pro? Okay, wait. Let's see what the comments are here. Applejack, they are wrong. Zelensky refused to even put troops on the border because he was afraid of giving Putin an excuse to invade. That's why Russia had success early on. Marty Moose, interesting. Applejack says, Marty Moose, one of the guys that runs NATO is wrong. LMAO, Zelensky's right-hand man is wrong, but you know better than them. Right. Far North Boys, Marty Moose. Okay, so we already got a little fight. We got a little fight in the comment section, don't we? Let's take it easy. Hold on. Do I have a ding ding ding? Well, I have this.
When you let go, you let God.
You got to let go and let God, people. You got to let it go now. You got to stop. You got to stop with all that fighting.
Well, we're just a little buttercup, aren't we?
Yeah, everyone in the comments, thank you so much. This is great. This is good. Good, passionate debate has arisen. Marty Moose, when Modi first came into the public sphere, I was blown away by his charisma. He's turned full dictator is nuts. Will the Indian people be able to get him out of office democratically? Marty Moose, you know the problem is that like Trump, he's a populist and they love him. You know, I mean, I don't know what you say to them. Try telling my family this. They love him. They're saying they want him until they're saying 2030. They want him until 2028. They're like 2024 is the next election. He's going to win. 2028. And then they've already got the predecessors lined. They've already got the next guys lined up. And the next guys are crazy. They just want to kill Muslim. Like they're already, one of the guys who could be taking over from Modi, he's already just bulldozing mosques, bulldozing like Muslim neighborhoods to build whatever that, I don't even know what he wants to build there, but yeah, no, it's rough. Russia is moving into the industrial zone of the coke plant in Advivka. Yeah, it's true. It is true. Sorry, just chatting. YouTube support. What's up, baby? How you doing? That's okay. Lux Report. Archie Luxury loves you. Hey, where's Archie? Lux Report, are you Archie Luxury? Is that who you are? Because it's an honor to have you here. Thank you for coming. Appreciate you. Let me see if I can find an Archie Luxury video. Dude, Archie Luxury, that'll be a good way to get this, to break up the war talk. To break it up. We got to break it up. Archie Luxury. I love Archie Luxury, man. He's hilarious. Oh, Archie Luxury live stream. Archie. I want the Archie Luxury intro. That's what I need right now. That's what I need. Oh, here we go.
Hello and welcome to www.luxurytolast.com.
Archie, how do we get your opening intro? Because that's my favorite.
Hi guys, Archie Luxury channel on YouTube.
What's up, baby? How you doing? I gotta get, where is the, I need that montage. I need that opening montage. This guy's amazing, dude. I love it. Paul Pluta is Archie Luxury. Let's see if that affected our YouTube status here. hopefully we don't get demonetized for that. I mean, it's on your channel, so it can't be demonetized. I know Archie Luxury's not getting himself demonetized. Nope, excellent connection. Excellent connection. Thanks, everyone. Thank you, Archie. I love that, man. I love that intro. Let's play that between all of our things, just to lighten the mood. Just to lighten the mood, you know? Let's give that one more time. That was inspirational. I'm gonna go ahead and say it's a high vibration. This guy. Archie, is that you, Lux Report? Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. What a great character. Is it a character, though? I remember we had Archie Luxury on with Stephen Coffeezilla, and Archie was talking about his girlfriend, his sugar mama in Thailand, I think. And it was an inspirational conversation. See if you can find that. It's in the backlog somewhere. It's in the backlog somewhere, but we're going to continue playing that between today's clips because we got a lot of sad clips today. Oh, we do have, actually. I do want to do a new segment called Public Forgiveness. And we got a powerful forgiveness that we got to do from the Reddit page Confessions. Because one of the services that I'm going to be providing going forward on the street and on the channel is public forgiveness. If anyone needs to be forgiven for something, we're gonna have it set up so that you can message me, you can let me know what's going on in your life, you know, what's bothering you, what have you done, what sin have you committed, what sins you've committed, and we will be here to give the forgiveness, you know, because the community needs that. How do I find the no mod cube mod mail r mod? Hold on a second. Your communities no. How do you get the bookmarks? Where's my bookmarks? No. Let me play a track for you guys while I find this. And by the way, this is Funky Rider by Noir A. Blanc V from the YouTube Creator Library. And this is the High Vibration Congregation live on YouTube. All right, I'm going to find it. Hold on a second. Chat. Mod Q, no. Popular, no. No. Desktop new, no. Oh my god, where is my bookmarks? Ah, here we go. Watch how this beat drops at the end. I found this one. All right, let's take a look at it. Oh wait, hold on. The beat's gonna drop though. We gotta let that beat drop first. And we gotta remember to maintain a high vibration in these times, you know? A lot of suffering in the world. A lot of pain. People aren't having sex anymore. People aren't making love. Not like the older people did. Not like my generation, the older generation. I'm not bragging. But in this economy, there's one thing you can do for free. Sex. And nobody's doing it. You're not going to get a house. Not in this market. You're never going to own a house. But there's one thing you can do for free. And that's have sex. And make sure you're doing that. Make sure you're getting out there dancing free. That's what you got to do right now. You got to get the free stuff. Anyway, let's take a look at this. This is a confession I found on the Reddit confessions page. And I think it's very powerful for the community to take a look at what this young man's going through. Okay. I, 19 female, had a younger brother, 15 male. I made a new account to confess this. It's a throwaway account, so I feel I must be safer to confess this with this account. So last night I noticed my little brother had a boner and was dry humping on my butt. I kept quiet. I didn't know what's happening. It's so sudden. I was confused. I tried putting his hand on my lower and grabbed my naked butts. I turned around and slept. I don't know what happened. It's so sudden. Okay. Well, I think I got the wrong confession there, but we can do it. Listen, I am certified by the Universal Life Church Ministries. I have my credentials of ministry. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I'll make sure I have a card up for you guys. On the sign up page, it'll say credentials of ministry. Yeah, no, I definitely got the wrong one here. I definitely had a more silly one, but I didn't want to jump right into incest, let's say that, on the first confession. But you know what? We're here now. I've read it, so let's do it. It says, and it did say warning incest confession right off the top, so that's my bad. This is... I was so confused. He tried putting his hand in my lower and grabbed my naked butts. You know, the way that this person's writing it, it already seems like like they're being silly with it. Because for them to say, and he grabbed my lower naked butts, it seems to me like, are you really torn up about it? You know what I mean? If you're going to use that kind of language, that kind of wording, maybe, and I'm not saying that this person's into it. They definitely think it's weird. But some part of them already knows that this is silly. The kid is 15. The level of horniness coming out of them, I mean, it's just, it's insane. It's crazy at that age. It's mental illness is what it is. You know, the young man's horniness is a mental illness. They're driving themselves crazy. And this guy is, trying to grind his sister. And this 19 comments. It's confusing. It's confusing for people, and it's shameful, and it creates shame. And shame is a low vibration. That's why I thought it was important to talk about this. Actually, if we look at the righteousness scale, shame is, we're talking right at the bottom. It's right there with guilt. No, shame is at the bottom. So that's the first thing, is we have to make sure that we're not feeling shame, and in these times when people are hooking up less and less, maybe you got to understand, something like this happens, right? The kid's 15, he doesn't know any better. The horniness is just coming into him, it's coming through him, and he doesn't know what the hell he's doing. And what happens with a lot of people, they feel shame about this, but if you think about it, and this is not me excusing any kind of behavior here. It's wrong. It's wrong to do this. It's wrong. Let's be very clear on that. It is wrong to grind like this. But you also have to understand there's a great Sufi line that I like to hear. It says, La ilaha illallah. Isness itself is God. That's what they teach. Isness. Anything that exists is God. And to take it a step further, you could say that just like we are citizens of the planet, some people would say that we're just like walking trees. A tree is integrated into the planet. A rock is definitely part of the planet. We think because we can walk around that we're not part of Mother Earth, but actually we are. It's the Earth is living and breathing through us, giving us life. Our life comes out of it. And you could say that just like we are billions of citizens of Earth, the humans, the animals, the everything, just like that, there's billions of citizens inside of us. So we are like a microcosm of the universe. Inside of us is billions of life forms. We're the God of our internal universe. And then we're on top of the Earth. That's like a whole other universe. We're just a speck on Earth. And that's another universe. And then the Earth itself is part of the larger universe. And when they say La ilaha illallah, isness itself is God, what they mean is that everything that exists is God. And we are inside of God, basically. And God is inside of us, bursting through us. And this kind of horniness, let's just call it what it is, this kind of horniness, when it comes bursting out of us, we are ashamed of it. But actually, that is God. That is creation itself. Now, here, it's obviously going in the wrong direction. Let's be clear on that. This is not an appropriate direction to point that in. It's not righteous to make these moves in a familial setting, right? But this kid's 15. He doesn't know any better. Mistakes are made, and we just gotta, you gotta move on with it. And you don't want to let it get in your head and affect your relationship. And, I remember I was at my friend's house and his little brother was doing something like this. And we didn't see it and we couldn't tell, but we could just hear he had a little brother and a little sister. And we could hear the sister being like, stop it. What the hell are you doing? You're such a gross, get out of here. And she just left. And me and my buddy were like, what the hell did this guy do? But he's, he was like 13 at the time. So what are you going to say to the kid? This is I'm not going to say a victimless crime. There is a victim, but it is, who do you get mad at here? You got to get mad at God. You got to basically get mad at God and say, why'd you put the horniness in there? Why'd you let the horniness come out on the wrong person? And then, and you can go there, but you're not going to get really an answer because God is silent. Language is just something that we use. So that's another thing. So anyway, like I said, forgive it. Find it in your heart to forgive them. Don't judge them too much on it. They don't know what the hell they're doing. 15 years old. They don't know. Right? And they made a mistake and it's wrong to do. It is wrong to do. But, you just gotta, as Joel Osteen says,
when you let go, you let God.
You got to let go and let God on that. There's nothing else. Maybe you got to tell your parents tell them to stop, make sure it doesn't happen again. But as far as holding this shame, judgment, guilt,
when you let go, you let God.
You got to let go and let God. Let me go to the comment section and see what people are saying about this. Is this weird? Is this a weird direction to go in as a channel? Wow, CB Applejack. Check link. I sent you your Instagram, Babaji. Yes, of course, I will check it. $2 donation. Wow. Powerful. Thank you, Applejack. I appreciate you. Let's see what we got here. Oh, is it Instagram or the Twitter one? Because I got the Twitter one. Well, let's check out the Twitter one and see if this is it. Thank you for that. And I hope that helped. If anyone's going through something like that in the community, I hope that helped you. That public forgiveness. And we're going to be doing more public forgivenesses. That wasn't the one that I had planned, but that was just an off-the-cuff forgiveness. So let me know what you guys thought of that. Do you think that was a good forgiveness? Do you think it was weird? Did it get weird? I mean, the incest thing, I wasn't going for that. I really wasn't, but that's the one that it came up, and then it felt like, well, can we leave them hanging now? You know what I mean? Where is... Oh, yeah, here we go. Okay, this was sent to us by CEB Applejack, one of our congregants, one of our most powerful congregants. And this says, Global Thinker, Talk Real Opinion, at Talk Real Opinion. Okay, interesting. Incredible. David Arkamia, parliamentary leader of Zelensky's Servant of the People, confirmed today in an interview that what many speculated for close to 2 years. It's crazy how everyone's just admitting, like, even this, them saying that everyone's been speculating this for 2 years, I promise you that 6 months ago, people would have been like, no, you can't say that, Putin lover. But now because the hangover's done, because the drunkenness is over, this like, you know, we got to support Ukraine thing. It's kind of sorry, but it's so, you know, I hope it doesn't turn out to be a trend. You know what I mean? Because after you give them $100 billion to fight with Russia, you know what it's like? It's like, imagine if someone's going to get into a fight with a huge dude, someone 5 times their size. You go in, you beat up the guy, you punch the guy 5 times in the face, they're unaffected, and then you go, all right, well, I tried, and then you run away. That's what we're doing to Ukraine. At this point, I feel like now you got to keep giving him money. Applejack's going to go crazy for me on this, for saying this. But at this point, I mean, you're going to leave him hanging now? You're just going to move on? And this whole time I've been saying on this channel consistently, don't give them billions of dollars to fight with Russia. You can't beat Russia. It's not that easy. You couldn't even beat Afghanistan. You couldn't beat Vietnam. Russia, it's not a world-class power. Sure, it's probably broke in a lot of senses. Compared to America, it's not, whatever. But it's, you know, bigger than Afghanistan. More weapons than Afghanistan. And you just gave these guys $100 billion for 2 years. Now you're going to cut them off? What the hell are you doing? I mean, it's going to destroy them. Anyway, if Ukraine agreed to remain neutral country, not joining NATO, Putin was ready to end the war at the end of March 2022. This was the main point, of course. You know, the more that I hear about Putin, the more I'm like, yeah, maybe I am a Putin lover. I don't know. I mean, he seems pretty reasonable for a dictator. I mean, he is a dictator, but he does seem more reasonable about a lot of this stuff. And it seems like the Americans and Ukraine were being the hardliners when you look at all the details. Sorry. According to David Arkamia, when he, together with Ukraine's delegation, came to Kiev from 29 to 30th March, peace negotiations in Istanbul, Boris Johnson came to Ukraine and said, we will not sign anything at all with them. Let's just fight. The rest is history. Today, Ukraine can only dream about those conditions it was offered. Well, I don't know. Listen, man, you never know. Maybe Putin will just go easy on him. Now that America's fully backed out. Yeah, this was his writing partner, I guess, on the TV show. Listen, now that America's completely backed out, maybe Putin will go easy. Maybe Putin will... I don't think he ever wanted to take all that territory. It's not easy to take over territory. Did he even make any... Like, what did Putin do to make these guys think he was going to take over all these countries? It seems like he was just trying to... I mean, they're neighboring countries. He's trying to make trade deals with them, do negotiations with them, whatever it is. But the only time I've seen Putin get violent is when NATO is brushing up against his border. Georgia, Ukraine. That's it. I'm not seeing this. I mean, I'm sure he's evil. Like, well, actually, at this point, I think, actually, the last time I checked, Russia now, after this whole thing, after this whole Ukraine debacle, the Russians actually love Putin now. They think he's and honestly, to a lot of us, he's just looking like a very reasonable guy. Sure, dictator, yeah, dictator bad. I know, it's wrong to be a dictator. I get it. I'm not trying to downplay that. But, like, seems like, you know, a guy in a tough situation doing what he had to do made sense. I mean, geopolitically made sense. John Mearsheimer the whole time has been saying, like, his actions are basic geopolitics, like standard. You can't put nuclear weapons on my border. You can't have a country on my border join NATO or go in that direction. Even if Ukraine, because I think in the comments, Someone was saying that in the comments. Someone was saying that. What was someone saying? They were saying that. They were saying that Ukraine wanted to the something. There's a fight that happened somewhere in the comment section back there. But it seems like, he's, pretty reasonable at this point. I think his popularity's up, all that stuff. So, again, hey, we've said it from day one. War is wrong. It's wrong to fight. It's wrong to physically fight. And the Buddha says, and let's bring up our scale of righteousness real quick here. Basically, the Buddha says that all fighting is of a low vibration. You're way down here. When you fight, you're in fear, you're in anger, grief, apathy. It's trauma response, a lot of it. So fighting is wrong, technically. Whether you do it as a country or you're doing it in your personal life, you're not supposed to be fighting. Sorry, this is the Buddha's teachings. Okay, hands are tied. Zemzem, they had an entire squad where the youngest soldier was 67. Zemzem, their youngest recruits are 40 plus now because you're young. You're welcome. Glad you like it. Okay. It's Twitter link. Yeah, I got it. Thanks, man. Thank you for that. This is important. It's important stuff to talk about as a community. People are coming around to it. And look, maybe we had a little bit of a say in that. Maybe we helped a little bit to bring peace around in the world. Maybe our congregation here, this beautiful Church of Loving Kindness that you see on the screen right there, maybe we had it. Maybe we had a little bit, just a little bit of an impact. I don't know how many, there's 10,000 people in the comment section right now. Maybe we had a little bit of an impact here in saying, hey, Ukraine, love ya. Don't see it. Don't see how you could win this thing. I mean, it is like if you're out with someone and someone is starting a fight with them, if that guy is 5 times the size and has 20 people with them, the best thing you can do, instead of saying, hey, let's fight, maybe the best thing you're supposed to do is say, hey, let's run. Let's run together. Let's get the hell out of here. And let's just go stand near those bouncers. Maybe that's what you're supposed to do. Not say, hey, let's just get into a fight with these guys. They have 20, we have 2. We're not going to win it. You know what I mean? Maybe that's the move. So, something to think about. We got to talk about Gurpatwant Singh Panun now. Gurpatwant Singh Panun. This is really embarrassing for the channel and for the Indian government, quite frankly, because on this channel, and someone said early on in the comment section, I think one of the first comments and I pinned it. Verbal Spaghetti Gaming says, I remember sitting here watching you and your viewers discount an assassination of an individual on Canadian soil by the Indian government. Curious to see how this round will go. Well, you know what? We're not going to... Okay, on Ukraine, turns out we're vindicated here in this congregation. We were right the whole time. Don't want to rub it in your face. Don't want to say I told you so. It's sad. They're suffering over there. The people are suffering. But what we can do is we can admit that when we did make a mistake, because a month ago, just to give you a quick setup on the story, actually, there was a Canadian citizen was killed in Canada, and he was a Khalistani activist. Now, if you don't know what Khalistan is, it's basically a Sikh separatist movement. And if you don't know what Sikh means, Sikhism is one of the prominent world religions. I think they're number 5 in the world. Maybe they're ahead of Jewish or maybe behind Jewish. I think it goes Christian, Muslim, Hindu. That's top 3. No offense. Christian, Muslim, Hindu. That's top 3. I'm just telling you what I know off the top of my head. I think Christian, Muslim, Hindu, top 3. Maybe you can throw Buddhist in there, top 4. And then you have, the up-and-comers, right? Those are the established 4. Then you got the up-and-comers. And the people that are re-establishing themselves. Judaism actually is the oldest religion, I think, out of all of them. Or maybe, a lot of Hindus would disagree. Judaism is old, but they're making their comeback right now. I think they're at 20 million worldwide. Hindu, Christian, Muslim, though, billion each. Old, established, in a lot of ways you could say Muslims are the upstart. They're only 1,500, 1,600 years old. But numbers, I'm talking about strictly numbers here. Hindu, Christian, Muslim, billion plus each. Buddhist, I think it may be at 1 billion. They might be up there. Then you got Then you got the people that are coming up in the game or coming back in the game. Judaism making a comeback, 20 million. I think it's growing. I hope it's growing. 20 million. They don't convert people. You know, maybe you got to start converting. Think about it. Think about maybe converting people. I don't know. Because the religions, that's part of the mandate, is to get the numbers up. Hindus have a different way. Hindus and Jews actually have that in common. We're not converting people. Christians and Muslims, I do this on stage. Christians and Muslims got to get everyone. A little desperate. They got to get the whole world in their religion. A little desperate. Hindus and Jews, we're not accepting applications. Now, that being said, Hindus very much, where's the kids? Jewish community, maybe not so much. Anyway, the point is, top 3 religions, numbers-wise, Christian, Muslim, Hindu. I think Buddhist is 4th. Then you got Sikhs and Jews. Sikhism and Judaism are the next 2, I'd say. Growing numbers. Sikhism is only 300 years old. Anyway, setting up the story, there has been a history in India of oppression to the Sikh community from the Indian government. And not only oppression, but negligence. Like when they were partitioning India, they were dividing India when the British left. Man, the setup is going to be an hour. But when the British were leaving India, because I think this is important to talk about here. When the British were leaving India, they partitioned it. They cut it, divide and conquer, classic. When they divided the country, they split a big chunk of Punjab, where Sikh people are from, and where the religion was founded, I'm pretty sure. They split it in half. And so from there, the Sikh community has been very angry at the Indian government for not standing up for them, for not keeping them together. I think that's where the start of it is. Even before that, their religion is a rebellion against Hinduism and the Hindu caste system. So the basis of the religion is a rebellion a little bit against Hinduism. Same with Buddhism. They're both rebelling a little bit against Hinduism. They're saying we're throwing off this caste system. We're breaking the shackles. We are free people. We are all children of the Most High God. And we will not be a lower caste in your caste system. So there's that. There's the partition. And then after that, there was a massacre of the Sikh community by the Indian government. So there's things to be mad about. So because of that, they want a separate country called Khalistan. They want to take Punjab in India, maybe parts of Punjab in Pakistan, put them together, make a separate country. That's a quick debrief on it. Anyway, what does that lead us to today? 6 months ago, someone, a Khalistani freedom fighter or terrorist, depending on which side you're on, I guess. But the guy had AK-47s. You know, his name was Niger. He was in BC. He was gunned down. And Trudeau came out with a statement and said the Indian government killed him, but he didn't provide any proof. And he was very vague about it. He basically said there's a credible allegations of a potential link to this guy being killed by the Indian government. At the time, here, myself, and I'll come out clean. When I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'll say it. I'll admit it. At the time, I was basically criticizing Trudeau. I was saying, you don't have the proof. Why are you saying this? You don't know what you're talking about. Basically, that's what I was saying. Basically, that's what we were saying here on this channel. And it turns out today, maybe we have been proved wrong. Maybe, well, definitely it looks like we've been proved wrong, and I got to take the L on that. I'm taking the L. Made a mistake. Called out the wrong guy on this because this happened just 2 days ago. Let's take a look at it.
Well, the other big international story we're following, India is launching a high-level inquiry into the stunning allegations raised yesterday in a U.S. indictment. American prosecutors allege an unnamed Indian government official was linked to multiple assassination plots, which includes the June assassination of Canadian Sikh separatist leader Hardeep Singh Nijjar.
As regards the case against an individual that has been filed in a U.S. court, allegedly linking him to an Indian official, this is a matter of concern. We have said, and let me reiterate, that this is also contrary to government policy.
U.S. National Security Council spokesperson John Kirby also addressed the allegations today at the White House.
India remains a strategic partner, and we're going to continue to work to improve and strengthen that strategic partnership with India. At the same time, we take this very seriously. And we're glad to see that the Indians are too, by announcing their own efforts to investigate this.
Okay, here to discuss these revelations is Roland Paris. He's the director of the University of Ottawa's Graduate School of Public and International Affairs, and Professor Paris previously served as a foreign policy advisor to Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. Roland Paris, good to see you again.
You too.
I want to get to India's response and John Kirby's comments in just a second, but what's your initial reaction to what was spelled out in this pretty stunning indictment?
It is stunning, and for your viewers who don't usually read indictments, I actually encourage you just to download it.
It's only 15 pages, it's worth it.
No, it is extraordinary, the level of detail. It's hard to believe, and if, you know,
this guy's former foreign aide to Justin Trudeau, so he's, you know, he feels vindicated, probably.
The evidence that the prosecutors say they have holds up in court. It really is damning. It directly links the Indian government, or at least an Indian government agent, and it establishes this connection between the Canadian murder and the disrupted plot in the United States. It is stunning.
So yeah. I mean, it's the Indian agent who reached out to an alleged drug dealer to try to arrange an assassination, reportedly, and he ended up reaching out to someone who is a confidential source for law enforcement, who hooked him up with a drug enforcement agent who acted as an undercover hitman.
I mean, they don't make this stuff up.
Yeah,
it's embarrassing. Actually, it's really embarrassing that this is a real big fail on India. Big, you know, and. I would say, first, maybe don't try to kill them. You know what I mean? Don't try to murder them. Indian government, if I could just tell you, as a spiritual teacher, as a certified minister, I'd say, hey, India, don't kill them. It's a low vibration. Murder, I mean, it's dark. It's not righteous. Let's just say that. I don't even need to pull up the righteousness scale here to let the community know this is not a good move. But if you're gonna do it, you know, do you know how bad these uncles are with technology? Like, I mean, they can't figure out how to use their cell phone. So you told a 52-year-old guy who's a drug dealer, like you told some uncle, I mean, a drug dealer uncle, a drug runner and a gun runner uncle, but you told some uncle to do this. And he basically, they have all the evidence of, like, he's just messaging. He's like saying to the guy, like, get it done, brother. We have to kill 4 more guys after this. He's telling the undercover U.S. agent, get this man, brother, take care of him, and we have 3 more guys in Canada that we have to go after right after this. So let's get it done, brother. Why don't they get the ITT Tech guys? ITT Tech in India, it's like this huge tech school. Those guys could figure out how to get the message across. You get this idiot, I mean, they're busted. They're so busted. And Trudeau... I'm surprised he's not gloating a little more on this.
It read like a movie script, but you know, so India, you heard there, it's a matter of concern, is what they say. They've launched an inquiry into these allegations, a move you heard the USA they welcome. Does the government of India have a real interest in getting to the truth here?
Well, they haven't so far. They've been dodging and denying the whole time. It's taken the U.S. indictment to get them to the point of even saying that there's going to be an investigation. But I think that they understand that this is the beginning of a judicial process, and more of this information is going to be coming out. And they can probably expect, I mean, there is an active criminal investigation taking place in British Columbia, that there might be a similar prosecution in Canada too. So they are going to have to investigate, they're going to have to explain, and they're going to have to hold some people accountable, because if this evidence is true, there's only 2 options. Either there was a criminal plot by the government of India to assassinate multiple people in North America who are citizens of those countries, Canada, the United States, or they have a rogue agent. Either way, there needs to be an explanation, there needs to be accountability.
Yeah, and either...
And I will say this, though. The Hindu is rising. You know, India is becoming a world-class power. I think I was just talking to someone today about how like 50% of the world lives in India and China. So this whole idea, maybe this is India's breakout point. Maybe this is India's glow up as a dictator, as a world power. Maybe this is India's glowing up saying, hey, we don't answer to nobody. We do whatever the hell we want. Because Americans would kill a guy in any other country. They don't give a shit. They would, I promise you, they probably killed some guy in India. I'm not even going to look. Israelis have. I know that. Americans definitely. I mean, Americans have killed government leaders all over the world. All over Africa, all over the Middle East. Not defending. not defending, just saying this could be a sign of the shift in world politics. India, the Hindu is rising, brothers. The Hindu is rising. And they might be the next superpower, and this might be their moment to be like, yeah, we did it. So what? You guys killed Gaddafi, and you killed Saddam, and you killed... I mean, you know, those guys are... I mean, they're terrorists, I guess. But, you know, you overthrew... you took out Lumumba in the Congo, destroying the Congo for all these years. What the Americans took out the democratically elected prime minister of Iran. I'm not saying it's okay for India. I'm not saying it's okay. Let me be very clear. It is a low vibration. It's not righteous. It's low on the righteousness scale, killing people. I mean, we didn't have to bring up the scale, but I'm just going to say it just officially. It's not righteous. And I think this goes to a deeper issue inside of India right now, where I actually saw this incredible video by this Jewish woman. I'm trying not to call it women girls anymore. So I saw this great video by a Jewish woman from New York. And I think this gets to the heart of what's happening in India right now and how they're feeling as a country. Because this is the kind of vibe I get even from my own friends and family who defend India at all costs. They love Modi. No matter what, you know, racist thing he does, they're just support him, full support. They'll never back away from him. They love him. This is a great video I saw from a Jewish woman in America, Ornament and Crime, it's called. And this video already has 61,000 views, and it's an incredible video. And it's an hour and a half long. It's a movie-length video that I watched about the history of Israel and Palestine. But this is a great section that I want to show you guys, because this is the vibe I'm getting from a lot of Hindus right now. Hindus feel like they've been oppressed, especially by Muslims, but also, you know, that's why they're taking over all these Muslim mosques or whatever. They're remaking them into Hindu temples. But then also, you know, from this Sikh separatist movement, the Hindus feel like they're oppressed somehow. And I think this explains what the psychology behind it. Let's take a look at it.
Weak and pathetic diaspora Jews whose language was Yiddish. This ideology held that Jews could only be emancipated and independent in their own homeland, and that they were rootless and weak outside of it. To many Zionists, Yiddish language and culture was symbolic of that weakness. A couple things to note about this. One is that this has long been a stereotype from outside of Judaism, a stereotype by our oppressors, especially that Jewish men are weak and effeminate. The other part of
that weak and effeminate, I feel like Hindus have the same feeling right now, where they want to say, the Hindu is rising and we will kill. There is that attitude of like, what, he's a terrorist, so what?
This is that Zionists wanted a complete end to the notion that Jews were victims. And they saw...
Same as Hindus. Hindus and Jews, man. It's... And also, India has been a safe place for the Jewish community for probably thousands of years, by the way. Just so you know. Actually, I think the Muslim world was safe for Jewish people too. Probably the most unsafe place in history for Jewish people is Europe. Yeah, that's probably the most unsafe place for them, was Europe, and that's why I feel like a lot of this is happening.
Jews that were victims as weak and not people that they should take care of, but people rather that should be kind of forgotten about. Because
this is so Hindu. Even if I say like, hey brother, maybe if I tell my Hindu brothers, because it's the men that are really Islamophobic. Like the women will say things like, the women are mad, the Hindu women are mad too, about like the history between Islam and Hinduism. They're mad, but it's more like, with the women, it's more reasonable. Like they're mad because if a Hindu and a Muslim get married, the Hindu always has to convert to Islam. Because in their religion, if you leave the religion, I think they got to kill you or something. Whereas in Hinduism, God doesn't really care which religion you're in. So usually when a Hindu and Muslim get married, generally speaking, they'll convert to Islam. And a lot of women will be mad about that. And I think that's fair. You know, it's like, you can't convert every time. Let's have equal conversions here. If you fall in, I'm for it. You fall in love, you get married, fine. Get married, fall in love. But you can't take the Hindu every time. Sometimes you guys got to convert too. That's fair. I think that's a fair thing. And that's usually the Islamophobia, if you can call it that even. But the Islamophobia, I'm using air quotes if anyone's not watching me but just listening. I'm saying Islam. If that's the Islamophobia you get from the women. Now the men, they have a different Islamophobia. What they say is, this is my cousin recently said this, nicest guy in the world, sweet guy, great guy in other respects. And then I talk about Modi, and I'm talking about Modi being oppressive to Muslims, and he says, yes, but Amish Bhai, he calls me brother Amish. He's like, Amish Bhai, the Musalman Chene, they are trying to overpopulate us, so you have to kill them. That's the guys. And that is Islamophobia. I'm not going to do Islamophobia on that one. That's a full Islamophobia, and that's wrong. But that does come from this feeling of like, we're being overtaken, they're overpopulating us, we got to kill them. So this is very similar, I feel like. And I feel like this is the same issue here with Khalistan. They feel victimized, the Hindus, so they think it's justified to like, let's go and kill them. And what they don't realize is that you're creating the best argument for Khalistan. When you try to kill them, you're creating the best argument. Now, the movement, I mean, it's going to be more powerful than ever. Usually the Khalistan movement, like when I was a kid, it got really hot. Then it's been kind of died down for a little while. And now it almost feels like the Hindus getting mad about it is going to reawaken the Khalistan movement because of this feeling of insecurity that like we're less than, we're weak, we're going to fight back. But you're projecting and you're preemptively fighting. So that's where I'm at on that. Let's look at the break. Let's take a break. I need a break. Been talking and talking. Is she going to take that cat? Is she going to take that back? It's fine, though. He is a whippersnapper. What did Pulky call Trudeau? A whippersnapper? Yeah. Rewind, cat. I like that you're calling her Bulky. I do feel like I'm on a first name basis with Bulky Sharma, too. It's Bulky. Bulky. Chipko. We say Sikh in Europe. Yeah, a lot of people say Sikh. It's actually sick. Scientology seems on the way out. Yeah, definitely they're on the way out. They're done, right? It's finished for Scientology. I don't see much of a future. Even less than Scientology, I gotta say Jehovah's Witness, sloppy. They're kicking people out. Can you believe it? Jehovah's Witnesses, they ostracize people, they kick people out. It's insane. Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. I'm gonna read some more of these comments and I'm gonna get out of here. Zemzem, because you're young, yes. And our solar system rotates around the galaxy, which is swirling around a supermassive black hole called Sagittarius A. That is true. Actually, let's end with that video. I love that video. Let's take a look at it. How the Earth... No, wait. This is powerful. This is very powerful video that I saw recently. And we're going to end on this. I got to get out of here. But thanks for coming, everyone. I do appreciate you. We're going to have... This is our first one back after a month hiatus. This is the first time I've done it sober in like a year. So tell me how it is on Instagram, @FadeToBrown. You can message me. Listen, I'm not one of these Gurujis that's going to, just because I got my certification, don't think I'm not going to be there on Instagram. I'm coming back. I did a 1 month sabbatical. Social media, alcohol, weed, all cut. I feel pretty shitty. I mean, it's been up and down. It's not easy to quit stuff. It really hurts my feelings for several, a lot of the time, or it hurts me. And I just want to have a drink and I just want to have a weed. But you know what? I'm gonna go sober and we're gonna build this congregation righteously. But yeah, this is very powerful. See, the old model that we believed in with the sun, it's that everything's going around it like this, perfect circle. Everything's on one plane. DJSandu.com. This is incredible. Our solar system moves through space at 70,000 kilometers per hour. This is powerful. Now picture this instead. It's almost like the sun, you know, like I was saying before, this universe, this life is a big dance. And this is more like a dance. The sun is pulling us all in with it. And you think that it's just the sun doing that, but then on the second video, they actually show you that it's not only the sun doing it, it's not only the sun pulling us, the sun is part of another thing, and they're being pulled around something else. It's very powerful. Let's see this heliocentric. Our galaxy is even a vortex. My previous video. Heliocentric and helical motion. Wow. Look at that. That's how we think of the Milky Way, right? But it too is dancing. Let's play a little track here. This is a track we got from Das Record. At DOS Record on Fade to Brown, and he gave it to us for this high vibration congregation. Yeah, this is our flat view of the solar system. And it's actually moving like this. Look at that. So this is the sun. I think this is the sun going around that. But then you pull out. Right. So the sun, we're going around the sun, and the sun's actually going loop-de-loop around the main one. That's what it is. Damn. And in this way, this whole universe is dancing us. It is, you could say, dancing us into creation. It is a dance. Wow. Let's watch a little slap kabaddi. It's one of my favorite new sports. Boom. What a great sport. This is the main fighter. Bijli! Bijli! Sorry, is that volume too high? I can't control the volume on these things. Look at that. Yeah, so next episode, we're going to be reviewing some more Slap Kabaddi and some of my favorite players. Make sure you tune in for that. And lots more rips coming. I do feel tired now. I think it is a little bit of the no alcohol, no weed. It's just, it's hurtful. It's hurtful. So thanks for coming. I hope you had a good time. I think I did. I kind of did. I did at moments. But part of, it's a lot. It's a lot. And so I'm going to be working on it as we move forward. We're going to be building this congregation. Thank you, Applejack, CEB Applejack 59, $2. Let me know if you have any more stuff you want to talk about. Where does Archie rate on your righteousness scale? Lux Report says, where does Archie rate on the righteousness scale? Well, Archie's doing his best. You know what I mean? Actually, I should tell you, Lux Report, and I think you are Archie. For all human beings, okay? Lux Report has a great question in the comment section. He says, where does Archie rate on your righteousness scale? Here's the thing you have to understand. Our true nature in this life, our true nature in the universe is top. We all come from our true nature is high righteousness. That's why when you're like a kid, you come in with extremely high righteousness. Kids are very righteous. It's the world that traumatizes us and brings us down into fear, into lower vibrations. So Archie Luxury, I mean, wherever he is on the scale, honestly, it's probably pretty low. No offense. Love you. It's probably, around pride, especially because you're doing all this stuff about watches and luxury and you want to show off and you want to say I'm better than everyone. I got the watch. I got the big money. I got whatever. So it's probably here around pride, which is pretty low on vibration, if I'm being totally honest. But that being said, our true nature is right here at the top. It's the high vibration is our true nature. So that's it. That's what I'm going to tell you. Anne Marie says Robin Leach vibes. Very, very, very Robin Leach vibes. Search Archie Luxury Thailand. True. I got to find that for the next episode. According to David. Oh, yep. CB Applejack. What's up? Thank you. That was part of this. You know what? Applejack gets, sometimes he gets passionate. He gets excited and he wants to tell people what's up. And we appreciate that here in the congregation. That's why I gave him that ranch. Oh, by the way, in the next week or two, we're gonna have a guest on. We're gonna have more guests on the show. In a week or two, we're gonna have a guest on named Baron Baptiste, incredible yoga teacher. I've been doing tech on his yoga classes, online yoga classes. I do the tech on it. I'm certified now even to teach yoga. I have the Baron Baptiste certification. But he's going to be coming on. So he is technically my Guruji, and he's going to be on soon. So it would be great if you guys are there. And, we got to make sure that the comment section, the comment congregation has to be very, what do you call it? In the comment congregation, we have to be very respectful on that episode. So it'd be great if I could see some of you guys come in that day. That I would really appreciate it. It'll be posted on the YouTube channel as a scheduled event. As soon as I have the date and time, I'm going to get the date and time today. And he's going to be on soon. And then also I want to go out and start doing some Just Dance collaborations and just start playing Just Dance with other comics and people in the YouTube community. So if you know anyone in the YouTube scene in Toronto, let them know that we are looking for collabs. We want to work with more people. We want to bring people on, talk about spirituality, talk about these holy wars that are going on in the world, talk about our righteousness scale. And I'm here for public forgivenesses. So let people know if you know any YouTubers that or local comedians that want to get on the show. YouTubers, we can do a call in. Local comedians, we can do, I can go meet them in person. Oh, also, there's a guy in, is it Holland or Sweden? Because when I was in Texas, I met a guy he's American, but he got married to a Swedish girl and he moved to Sweden. And he owns 2 comedy clubs there and he has 4 podcasts. So I'm going to be doing his podcast. He's going to be coming on this podcast. So lots of exciting stuff coming up. I'm back. It's been a 1-month sabbatical. So I'm just getting warmed up, is what I'm saying. I'm just getting warmed up. I'm just getting back into the mix. You know what I'm saying? So thanks everyone for coming. This congregation appreciates you. You have raised the vibration, and I'll see you probably in the next couple of days. I'll be back. And send me topics on Instagram at Fade to Brown. I know I'm telling you to do like 10 different things. Also, it's Friday. Make sure you go dancing tonight. Make sure you go dancing. It's important. Especially if you're single, get out there. In this economy, listen, there's a couple of... In this economy, you're never going to own a house. That's for damn sure. You're never going to own a house. But one thing you could do, there's things you can do for free. Dancing, singing, do some karaoke. See if you can have sex with someone. See what you can do. It's important for your mental health and well-being, and for raising your vibration, raising the vibration of the whole community. Thanks, everyone. I appreciate you, and I'm going to get out of here. Peace. Let me read a couple of names here. A lot very powerful congregation today. Anne-Marie, thank you. Rewind Cat, CB Applejack. Chipco, always here, coming in early. Lux Report, thank you. That's Archie Luxury, let's be honest. I don't think Archie Luxury has an assistant. I don't think so. The Far North Boys, what's up? Justin Consciousness, Gwen with that ranch. Sophie Gibson with that ranch. Marty Moose coming in, shaking it up with Applejack, shaking it up, telling us what he thinks. Verbal Spaghetti Gaming, we discussed your issue, and it has been done. You've been unpinned. Did I miss anyone? If I missed anyone, hey, love you. Okay, we'll get you next time. Oh, Rewind Cat. Rewind Cat is here. So thanks for coming, everyone. Oh, Zem. Thank you. Thanks for coming, everyone. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.